10 seconds remaining. Ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Venomancer.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season number 3 North American Qualifiers. Today we will find out which team is going to go.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
With myself. You are still muted if you are actually there. There we go. Perfect. Wow, that was a horrible start. My apologies, guys. Anyways, welcome back, Ralph. Welcome to the cast. We got a good day ahead of us here.
Silencer.
Yeah, should be good. Good. I mean, Team Leviathan looked impressive yesterday.
Yeah.
Some interesting drafts, but really crisp, tight play.
Yeah, in case I even saw somebody talking about it in chat right there. They're like, when does EG play? And just like, bad news for you, man. Bad news if you're an EG fan. They lost yesterday, obviously, in these qualifiers, and to Leviathan, as you're just mentioning right there. Match that we casted last night. What a series it was. Leviathan, though, definitely looking strong, stepping up, and proving a point that they're here to hang with some big boys in the NAC. And so, obviously, that's going to continue now as they match up against the Dire, another, of course, very strong team in the region. Looking forward to seeing how it all shapes up. They're going to do it with a Venomancer Silencer so far on the side of Leviathan. Ancient Apparition and Kunkka coming out for the Dire. So the draft has begun. What do you think? They get the Venomancer and then a Silencer support to start things off for Leviathan, though.
Yep. The only kind of weird thing, it's not like a huge counter to these already cast their spells. It's like
10 seconds remaining.
kind of
5
when
seconds remaining.
that being said, Silencer's just all around a good lanes really well. Tanky, hard to kill.
Dire team ban.
Kind of an over. Kunkka AA is a nice combo. AA's just been popular right now. Kunkka just kind of fits the bill for everything. Gank with him. You don't really have a hard stun. You have ways to multiple ways.
Team pick.
And you have really good damage. You can popular hero.
Yeah, worth pointing out on the note, actually, expected to be in the 4th position. Spirit Breaker was not banned, in fact, so they go the Kunkka instead, and then the Dire decides to ban Spirit Breaker in the next set. So neither team goes towards a Spirit Breaker, a hero that we saw yesterday's series especially. And again, you really made a point that you feel like he's one of the strongest heroes even right now.
Yeah, that is a bit surprising, actually. AA, at games I've seen lately, AASB is a common combo. ASFI coming 4. They have both good damage, and Venomancer was for thought of as a hero that run at him. Dire didn't take that. Kunkka also fits the maybe offers more in terms of fight as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. It's, as you pointed out, when it comes to team fight.
Also, keep in mind, hit me, is that Venomancer's ult hits you, that rum can really...
Okay, yeah, perhaps almost as a, not necessarily a counter, but a hero that happens to be very good against the Venomancer, as you pointed out with the Ghost Ship there. So Queen of Pain going to be the third pick now for the Dire. Of course, you expect that to end up in the hands of CCNC there, playing their mid position. So now that's an early Queen of Pain. I mean, usually we see the mid pickups, especially in the fourth, if not the fifth pick, but the Dire's not afraid to go with a third pick. Queen of Pain right here. Now the Earth Spirit response coming out for Leviathan. What do you think of that?
If you are going to pick your mid, top is one of the... Aren't very many heroes. Whereas sometimes you pick Puck early, although right now the reason why popular being
5 seconds
playing or mid, or when it was strictly a mid, picked up Puck early. Plethora of options to Viper, counters him quite hard. There's not Vipers, not many options of to pick this hero. Pop does pretty. That being said, as the fourth very good hero, violence can be. See how Newsham could.
Yeah, already dealing with the Silencer as well, so silence in general is going to be a strong tool, of course, against the Queen of Pain right here. And you mentioned Newsham likely to play it. He's a player that most certainly stood out in the series yesterday against EG. Their four-position player and had a very active game. I believe both playing Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker, the heroes that stood out from yesterday. Haven't seen him play as Earth Spirit yet, though, so it's a little more, you know, I don't... He's definitely up there on the tier list as far as difficulty, as far as executing at a top tier level. So I'm sure he'll do just fine, but I'm looking forward to seeing him play well here. Beastmaster with the fourth pick into now. There's the Phantom Lancer. I know I brought that up in yesterday's series a couple of times. We didn't get to see it, but the BSJ Phantom Lancer, we're going to see it here against the Dire now.
Strong hero. Just right now, if their lanes are trying to decide whether this is
5 seconds
really an offlane Venom, and if they have Phantom Lancer Silencer against walk on board. Or add Kunkka be the hard carries, the
Dire team ban.
anti-mage.
Yeah, brings a lot to the table. So the kind of ability eventually develops on him and how he's able to withstand the pressure of the Dire right here. I mean, I will say again, AA, Kunkka, Queen of Pain, even Beastmaster to an extent, they do have a lot of ways to clear the illusions of Phantom Lancer. So it doesn't seem like necessarily a bad pickup into it, but it's one of those where they have tools to definitely deal with this hero on the other side. So a little bit of a concern there for Leviathan, but you figure with this final pick, I mean, again, they could go with the aggressive offlane Venomancer perhaps, and like the Earth Spirit Venomancer, even Silencer Venom, I guess, something like that. But curious what the final pick is here. They did ban Darkseer on the side of Dire, so they are leaning towards that they definitely want their offlaner here.
They are, but I fear that if they put Veno against Flop, and if they don't really help him, Flop is just going to have such an easy... Flop has a really good game this game, depending what kind of build. Lately, I've been seeing, like, Fusel Rush. I don't get an early Manta, that Orc is... Also, X is really... And the Roar. I mean, I just fear that if Flop has a Venomancer, I'm not...
Okay. Yeah, I know we're leaning towards the Silencer being a support, but of course, Silencer is also an option. You got to figure for Leviathan. So
right.
Does he match up better than against the Queen of Pain, you think? And maybe that could be, as we're going to see here.
Abaddon.
It's Abaddon. So, all right. Abaddon with their final pick. We saw that yesterday, played by Monkeys in the series.
Yeah, I guess it is going to... maybe they could go... A lot of Venom. Played like twice yesterday. They go PL mid?
5 seconds.
That's what I was thinking too. I mean, obviously, yeah, any of the cores essentially could have mid, PL mid. Does that much better though against the Queen of Pain, to be fair? So maybe that would guarantee more farm on your Venomancer is the idea there, I guess. But you're right, yeah, Venomancer, BSJ's playing it.
It does a lot better against plot mid. The dagger doesn't really do mess on Venomancer, and then attack damage. It's a bit easy gank. Constantly. Venomancer's auto attack is just range is just constantly key. Yeah, you have Gale. Yeah, it is going to be a BSJ Venomancer lane. But this Sven pickup, I can't remember what was anti-made.
Yes,
Sven is like an obvious counter to. Nice pickup. Round things out here for team. I like their draft.
Yeah, and I'm thinking back, it wasn't yesterday's series, but it was when they played VGJ Storm the previous round. I do remember seeing them get that Phantom Lancer, and again, they had already run into an issue with the draft that they had up against it, and then I believe there was even a Sven in that game too, but it was a similar lineup, you know, with like an Earthshake, and just a lot of this AoE, a lot of ways to clear the illusions. And that eventually was realized later on in the game and kind of backfired on them. I think that was the one game they lost in that series. So we'll see if that hurts them here or not. But obviously he's committing to the pick, and it's going to be in the hands of Sammy Boy, though, as you've pointed out here. So very curious to see how he does with it. Misery got down there very quickly and got his word, as he's going to find Silencer, though, in his own jungle, and we'll harass him right back. Silencer held on to his 2 wards, observer wards at least, but he did block one of the camps with a sentry, though. Down here ready.
Very quick. Yeah, very quick. Give Dire some ESJ up in the safe. Whether they do him or have him solo up there is yet to be determined. Right now, it does look like they pressure this room. They stay down here, we don't. I think PL should be fine. Better, I think.
Mm-hmm. So going back to that final ban and pick, it sounds like that you think Sven would have been the better ban then, perhaps for Leviathan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just a little. Now, granted, I do love seeing teams with Plop and Anti-Mage have nice.
Yeah.
I think Sven is just a much stronger. Anti-Mage just says, I'm, you know. Sven, he gets his core items.
Well, for us, that means maybe a little bit more entertaining at least, so I'll take it, I guess. Aggressive dual lane is coming out, by the way, as Earth Spirit is shaping up down here initially. I don't know if it's more of an aggressive lane or maybe it was setting up for a possible first blood, but with 3 people here on the Radiant side, I don't think that's happening. In fact, Abaddon and Earth Spirit himself are the ones that may need to be careful not to commit too much here, so we'll see.
Yeah, PBD already cast the touch.
Oh,
kind of sitting here, so if they're not able to use the auto attacks, it's kind of a waste. Try to do something. He actually goes for the mid. He's not looking to fight at all. He's just looking. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a waste of cooldown there. Gets a pull, at least gets the stack there on the heart. And new sides that this is not a kill lane. Both support. He actually walks toward.
I will say by doing that, you know, if you're the other side, you see Sven with a chilling touch on him in lane with nobody else showing, you're like, well, okay, obviously at least AA is nearby, and, you know, why would they do that without them trying not maybe to go for a kill? So it seems a little, it was a very ambitious idea from the Dire right there to try to catch them, but Leviathan easily does react. And are going to be fine because of this. How long are they going to keep 3 people down here, though, is the question, because Abaddon, he's not the easiest to kill. I mean, right now, without his aphotic shield, a little bit easier, sure, but, oh man, middle lane CCNC gets really low, by the way. Not enough for the kill, knowing his limits there, but Earth Spirit, quite the harassment. Will pop the salve. But yeah, how long do they keep the 3 heroes down here, you think?
Well, if I know PB right, he loves a lot of teams. For instance, PC, if you, the way they play, they love to focus. But actually, all I thought. Stun comes out with the torrent. Auto attack damage doing a lot. There's the X as well amongst Forever. Can he deny himself? He can't. Ooh. The X brings him back, kind of disrupts his animation a little bit, and couldn't get that deny. I think he would have had it. He was very nicely played. And now to answer your question, now that they've kind of controlled a bit, they have the lane equilibrium on it. I think they Punk to move. AA really move. Coming down here to check the bounty. Double. You can't roll away.
Oh, no. That's not good. The X is going to bring it back on top of the torrent. This probably is another kill, you're right. Yeah, he was banking on the barrel roll. Now, actually, the TP's not going to be in time either. 1 tick away. They got the final auto attacks off, though, and he, too, gets taken out. So he gets the bounty room, but obviously dies for it. So good rotations from the Dire right there. We're moving together, at least. So if it's just one hero, there's no way they're getting that kill. So good job by both of them.
And he's going to make the walk of shame. That TP that has to walk somewhere a lot of his time.
Yeah.
But if we saw anything from Leviathan, it's even if they have a bad time in the laning stage, they can still, if they have some kind of overarching strategy with their lineup and they know how to execute it. We saw that yesterday. Their laning phase in Game 3 was asterisk.
That's true.
They had a game plan and it worked out around how they can execute. Maybe they have team fight heroes with Abaddon and so we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point to bring up. Yeah, not to get overreacting.
In a lot of trouble from Zai. He's just being run down by a boar. Could be a
that
freebie.
That slow is so good, man. It's what is it right now? It's a 20% slow, but that even feels stronger than really that. Bottom lane, by the way, they will find Abaddon as well. The Photic shield is up. He was hiding in here trying to lead some experience, and they eventually realize that Earth Spirit comes in with a stun on a PPD. That's not nearly enough, though. The Cold Feet eventually procs, and down goes Abaddon as well. This is a 4-0 start already. Looking very good for Evil Geniuses. I mean, Monkeys, again, he was really hoping that they didn't see him there eventually, but they were like, where is this guy? And they probably saw that he even got another level, so picking up with that information, if anything. And doing it well.
They are winning mid, but that's not really winning hard, just slightly winning. That's kind of, I mean, yeah, of course they're winning their safe lane, but you got a free kill on the Zai. So
yeah.
Happy about that. He's level 5 at 4 minutes.
Jeez.
Offlane beast. Silencer, just wrong place, wrong time. I don't know if he was walking up that hill. Master was just sitting, waiting for him. In fact, he's walking around that area again. The ward is going to walk right on top of the same Dire, so that will get countered out quickly.
Yeah.
Fresh one, too.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. It just seems like an odd, like maybe that was the idea. He does have another one on him still. That's just it, actually, but obviously he was seen by Zion, and that's the last thing you want to be doing to an off-lane Beastmaster, is giving him a solo free kill. And so now, as you mentioned, he's level 5.5 even. Going to be level 6 very quickly at this point. We'll have that Primal Roar threat. And talk about rotations, maybe even rotate perhaps to the middle lane to set something up here, as Phantom Lancer is doing well. Now, Venomancer, again, 36-6, 37-6. BSJ is accomplishing his goal up here. Absolute free farming, of course. What kind of build are we going to be seeing on a Venomancer this game? Get in the free farm, being in the safe lane. Something that stands out to you?
I can't remember what he went yesterday, but team fight, Veil, pipe, things like that. I don't think Abaddon's in for a pipe.
Yeah.
My guess is Veil and pipe or Hurricane Pike, something. Just team fight stuff, things that make you tanky. For long. PL is doing very, very well in mid. Not actually getting that. And I think that was the most important. I mean, yeah, they lost bottom quite. Quap is not Snowball.
Mm-hmm.
Of the Dire. Dire, I mean.
Welcome to casting the Dire Trap. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun this last week here, especially where they're on the Radiant side. I try to make a point to call them Team Dire, if anything, to help out with that, but yeah, it's still freaking confusing. Anyways, yes, Leviathan here on the actual Dire side of the map. Bottom lane, Monkey's again in trouble. The God Strength pop for this. Misery's in with the Torrent. Easily lands. And that's a kill for Misery right there, who's actually on a killing spree now on this Conky. You talked about the roam presence that this hero brings is up there with the best of them, you know, Spirit Breaker included. And we're seeing it here, especially in this bottom lane. Getting a kill after kill on a hero like Abaddon, who's usually pretty beefy, and a difficult ask. They're accomplishing here at this point of the game, so. Wow, he really is stuck, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Top lane BSJ, though, keeping it and not the stage. He's getting lots of last hits, and he's actually pressured nicely. There's smoke up baiting now. Smoke was on I as well. Was or wasn't it? He almost level 4 bear is coming out. Yeah, BSJ is going for the fail. We'll have that.
Okay.
However, despite dying 3 times now, he's parking in this bottom lane. That's kind of the only way to play Abaddon.
Kind of have
preventing them from pushing the tower.
Yeah.
Low with it.
Well, also maybe trying to bait them out a little bit further. I mean, it's Earth Spirit. He's only level 3, so and it's Abaddon's not necessarily dishing out a crazy amount of damage here. So yeah, Pycat's like, yeah. I feel like somebody's over here, and sure enough, or maybe he's just going to the shop and happens to almost run into Earth Spirit. But yeah, I don't think they're killing this Fen down here unless another rotation happens, by any means. So he should be fine for now.
If any rotation's happening, it's gonna. SJ's gonna try to push to the top tower, take that, and as soon as he does, it's gonna go bottom. Speaking of bottom again, Monkey's forever in some trouble. Quap blinks in, gets stunned. Will a cold feet proc? It doesn't even matter. He gets one more auto attack. He's not able to deny himself. He's tried to deny himself times now, but success.
Middle lane. Meanwhile, Misery's being run down, actually. Had a Spirit Lance level 4. Would be enough for the kill, probably, but he gets it off, and it's not enough initially. He's going to charge in here. No, the Primal Roar comes out, and now Sammy Boy's the one that could be in some trouble himself. The Torrent uses as well. Misery keeping him at bay. The Spirit Lance snipes out the kill, but at what cost for Sammy Boy now? He's hanging around, pulled back in, of course, massively slow. Doppelgangers over the ledge. He's not getting out of this, so in fact, he helps set up a kill for CCNC living so long. Not that he shouldn't have tried, but that actually works out pretty well for the Dire here in the long run when you think about it.
Lived or not? I feel Exton ran away and it back to get experience. Get one more lance for range, but nice job by. I know Sammy Boy did die, but at least. Die, man, picking up some levels. Got a Tranquil, Iron Talon, a full Galleon in.
He's good.
Well for himself.
We've seen Universe Beastmaster being played by Universe actually a couple times from EG, and an item that has stood out to me lately more and more is that Helm of the Dominator.
Right.
And I'm wondering if he's going to be going that here. You think that would be a good item this game?
Yeah, you know, typically I don't like it, but just because that's nerfed. But on Beastmaster, back speed or does that I really like, because he takes the attack speed of this, and you get double siege 10 minutes or what.
Yeah.
Double attacks from your hero and from the. I personally like that build, but
Silencer rotating over. He's not level 6 just yet. He'll pick up a double damage rune before anyone else can get it at least, but getting him level 6, of course, pretty key. They're pushing the bottom tower, and nobody's defending it, so they got to figure maybe a smoke's coming out, or in this case, they are farming their ancients. It's a massive stack here. Pycat with the God Strength. They're just bothered doing this instead. So they do trade the tier 1 tower for this, but Pycat definitely shoots up the net worth list, and by far is top in the game now at 5,800 because of it. So he's well on his way to that Echo Saber.
Torrent misses mid. A lot of trouble. Misery actually might be in some trouble if he doesn't cast the boat. Yeah, he does cast the boat. Give himself some rum.
That's good.
But in the meantime, BSJ and Monkeys Forever pressuring this bottom lane. Master can double damages. Well, top lane is being pressured by Zai, so they will.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now from Suri. So he doesn't have boat.
Yeah.
Try to stall this just.
As you mentioned, no boat, so I don't know how committed they want to get to a fight right here. The X is going to bring back in Venomancer. The Ice Blast on top. Maybe is it going to hit? No, it doesn't hit. tickles just on his butt right there, but not enough to put the debuff on, and he'll just keep running. Anyway, so and by run, actually, BSJ is just still chilling. I mean, they do have a ward up here in the jungle that's actually giving them some decent information, so they're feeling confident. Nobody's rotating, so they get some more pressure, but in the end, they are going to start retreating, farm out the Radiant jungle a little bit, and go back to ultimate farming here. Don't want to go too crazy pushing that tier 2 tower just yet. As you mentioned, though, Beastmaster, God, Zai's level 11. It's just he's the highest level in the game as an off-lane Beastmaster, 1v2.
Got more farm.
Tribute.
Haster picked up by Queen of Pain. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to have the impact that we have yesterday. Ran into 2 here. Bounty rune at minute. And hasn't really got... Maybe prevented a kill or... Anyway, Leviathan still just parking in this bottom lane. Not very many levels onto Abaddon. He's level 7, matching that of the support. He is that Midas because of power. They've got a tower in top lane, up in bottom lane. On this tier 2.
Well, the Hawks spotting the Abaddon definitely behind if they couldn't see it before. It does despawn right there, but yeah, they really want to keep this pressure up and force a response out of the Dire. It's going to pull him back in. Yes, it is. The Global Silence comes out in response right now. Stormhammer up in 1 second, though. He's going to be able to get it off in time, most likely. No doppelganger ready, and the auto attack is actually more than enough from CCNC to finish the job. So they're going to push middle, bottom lane. Again, are they going to react to this, though, really? Ice Vortex coming out, trying to stall them, the Wild Axes as well. The Dire seems like they're ultimately going to give this up. Maybe try for a deny. It doesn't work, and Master Kenshiro actually gets credit for the kill on the tower right there. So, again, a great gank on mid, definitely, onto on a Sammy boy, but they give up a tier 2 in a sense, and now TPs are coming in, actually. They want to fight this. Venomous Scale on CCNC, so he is slowed up right here. Pycat pops a Warcry. Out comes the Rum. It does not hit Queen of Pain, actually, so he won't get that drink, but the Ice Blast comes through, and this is something I wanted to bring up, following up what you mentioned about Earth Spirit there. Outside of Earth Spirit, they do lack lockdown heavily on this Leviathan squad, so I'm kind of wondering if that's also an issue as to why maybe he hasn't been able to have the most success early on.
Yeah, well, he just needed his levels, so he was just saying, you guys do whatever, I really need to get my level 6. He does get that. He actually got like 1,000 gold well, so picked up some good farm, picked up some good levels, now has the ult. Maybe is now ready to fight. Leviathan, this is what I talked about, man. They seem to have a game plan, stick to it. They're sticking as 4 to 5, not moving. Now, they don't have the global, just had to use them. You know, that torrent was about to miss because the Sven just picked up his Echo Saber. That little made it so it.
Oh, wow!
Nice pickup there. Nice time, Ben.
Yeah, worked out well for them, and now he has that Blink Dagger queued up. So of course he's going to be able to get in there even more. Bottom lane, Zai is scouting out and trying to finish off this tier 1 tower. And, I mean, he's not going to be able to necessarily backdoor it. He'll hang around for now. And maybe try to set up in a flank. But unless he gets more support here, I don't think he's going to be able to do much with this. He'll just keep scouting out with the Hawk. There are 4 players down here on the Dire side currently. Abaddon does finish the Hand of Midas, using it right here. He's going to be roamed on.
I blinks in, but...
I was going to say, he didn't have his Bro Time leveled up yet, but he was holding the point right there. And then he leveled it up and activated it as soon as they jumped him with the hammer. So, good reaction on his part.
Oh, CC's trouble.
Oof. Yeah, if he kicks him there, that would have been beautiful. Not enough, though.
Hey,
oh, bottom lane.
Bottom.
Yeah, Sammy boy, he actually will avoid. They were going after the illusions right there, it looked like, but the real one they catch with the Prompter Roar and the Ghost Ship to finish the job, if anything. So, not everyone had fallen back. Sammy boy wanted to push a little bit more, and that ends up backfiring for him. So now he's dead.
Kind of easy to pick off the... Philly gets a... and it's going to be even more... Squab gets... Have that, and then not going to have Manta anytime. Gotta stick with... They do have Global Silence up next kind of fight. In fact, they do... Leviathan want to take some kind of objective, whether power or gank somebody. Their ganking prowess is not that strong without this Earth. Here, he is smoked up. Bop is low mana, doesn't have a T. Very far up as well. One blink, baby telegraph where he goes. Could be dead here.
He should be dead. I mean, well, maybe not. Yeah, then the lockdown's not going to last long enough, and that's the weakness of this lineup. Again, Arcane's Curse does connect, though. The magnetizes up. It's going to be wearing off of here unless you can refresh it. He cannot, and Queen of Pain will ultimately get away. So that's the great... Oh, last word's actually up. Oh, my God. He actually almost did die right there.
You know, if they wanted to, they could have prevented him from blinking. In the meantime, it does look like the Dire, or Team Dire, is going for a very fast Roshan kill. Base created as they take this with the Medallion and the God Strength of Sven. They're totally happy with it.
Yeah. When you can't capitalize like that, that's got to feel so bad for Leviathan, and you are getting more and more concerned of the lineup. And kind of going on that issue, does that mean they need to adjust to that with specific...
Whoa.
What's that?
We're going late game. VSJ just bought a Midas.
Yeah, I saw that. So that leads me into, like, do they need these crowd control tools and things like Orchids? I mean, Sice eventually, like, that's down the line, but it feels like they need something like that.
This Midas pickup just says to me they're not ready to fight. Like, they're like, okay, we understand we can't really kill them. They seem to do whether they... I mean, they played fantastically yesterday, but holes in their game where we saw just lack of initiation, and if they're not able to get some kind of huge lead tower goal, momentum going away, they just can't pick people off. Now it's Earthspirit, level 6. If they can't kill a Quap that has low mana all by himself without a team issue, so Jay acknowledges that, like, alright, we need to go for late game.
Abaddon, top lane. Borrow Time has already been used. The AALT's on him as well. Here comes a response. They'll magnetize on top of the Poison Nova, but guess what? They don't have a stun follow-up, and he picked up on that. Now, he's still dying in the well right here. In fact, they do kill CCNC elsewhere. And I'm looking at Zai. He is going to... Oh my God, it pops a Fairy Fire! Oh, he's gonna live! And he pops another one just in case. Unbelievable. Bottom lane, they did kill, and actually at the top lane, they will take out Venomancer. I was just having too much fun watching him in the well right there. Barely survive, meanwhile, so... Oh,
yeah, and I thought the global was used for top. I was like, oh no, a waste of global, but they actually got the kill onto the Quap. Stop him from blinking down bottom, so Venomancer there. Actually, Master can trip.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's actually his first involvement, so that's the first time he's stolen. Not the greatest game here for Master Control. They're down by 3k, and consider that Dire picked up a free horrendous. But see, obviously Leviathan, they just kind of farm this out. Very far away from that Radiance is Monkeys Forever. He's still going for it.
Like you said, if you're Leviathan here, it seems like they clearly are making the judgment call of let's just delay this game out. They got a good start on the other side. This Sven is getting out of hand early on. Let's try to tone it down a little bit, at least defend our base, you know, the tier 3 specifically in Iraq's, and then buy time for the Phantom Lancer, Venomancer, and even the Abaddon to no doubt start scaling as the game picks up. And again, get those items that will help you lock heroes down, because there's been several opportunities now that have been so evident where they just simply are lacking that. In top lane, speaking of lockdown, the Dire team has it themselves, and they're going to use it up here on Monkeys Forever. Once again, Borrow Time is popped, not healing up much from it. Aphotic Shield, that's not going to save him. Misery comes in, credit for the kill. And you also see right here, Misery, by the way, he ends up going the helm of the Dominator, not the Beastmaster.
Yeah, and I like it. I actually really like it on Kunkka, because Kunkka is in the that you don't really, as a support, you don't really need that many items. You need levels. Everything else after like level 10 is just obviously an Aether Lens is nice to that range of the X and whatnot, but you don't really need it. I mean, you just need your spell. So now that I think about it, it's kind of a brilliant pickup. A lot more. You need attack speed, or that Siege push hard, or AC picks up the yoke. I really like that pickup. And he's still got a lot of gold. He'll go something else. He's got 1,500 in the bank.
Yeah, no, he's rich, man. Kunkka's having a very successful game. 5-1-4. Talk about Silencer on one side, and I mean, I know he's a different position, but hell, talk about Earthspirit. He's 0-1-0. When your Earthspirit's 0-1-0 at 21 minutes in, man, that's also got to feel bad. Like, there's so many things you can point to, but that definitely does stand out. And again, he just has not been able to have high impact this game. And Monkeys everywhere he goes, trying to farm this Radiance. He might actually live this time because he has a little bit of support. Out comes the Ice Blast a little bit late right there, but it does hit too. On top of the Sonic Wave, the setup is real. Double kill, the shift just comes through. adding insult to injury right there for Leviathan. I don't even know if you can commit towards Radiance now if you're Abaddon. It just doesn't feel like it's happening here.
Yeah, and this honestly could be the beginning of the end. Pushing this in, 2 heroes down. They just delivered the BKB on the Pycat, who still has the Aegis. Look, they're looking for high ground right now, and they do have the Ogre still sitting behind them. They have the attack speed aura. He blinks in. Orchid, there's the global, but he does pop the BKB, and BSJ is down. He does have a buyback, but not sure if he wants to use it. He does use it, in fact. He has the ultimate. Could be TPing into certain death. Zai TP's out. He will not be fine, and then they do pop the
Aegis right there.
Yeah, here we go. Round 2.
Nice. Ice Blast coming in, but he blinked out, of course, and that's just simply, we want to retreat if you're Team Dire. Now, he got an attack off on a Pycat right there, so they will prevent a Blink Dagger for now, and still going in. Pycat's like, all right, you want to fight? Bring it on, bitches! Pops a God Strength and the Mask of Madness, and his BKB. He uses literally everything, and gets the kill, and he's just going to TP out after he takes out the Earth Spear right there. Also buys time for Ancient Apparition to escape. Everyone escapes in the end, outside of Zai, of course, who did die earlier. But that was a buyback on top of it all. So, yes, they do hold Tier 3. That was attempted to be pushed at about 22 minutes into this game. But it already cost them, you know, quite a bit. That's a Venomancer that is going to be even further behind now towards progressing towards what he's trying to get in the Hurricane Pike here on your side. So,
yeah, and without this Earth Spirit, they have no ways to cancel these. No Ewels or anything like that built. They can just TP away. No stuns on this lineup of Leviathan.
Yeah. Oh.
Bro, you guys taken out trying to ward or something. No man's land here in the Radiant territory.
Yeah, don't know what, I mean, yeah, like you said, I'm sure it was for that. He has 2 wards on him. He does have a Glimmer Cape, so he's probably thinking he can ninja in here and get that down. But there's this ward here, as you're looking at as well, that's spotted him, I'm sure. So the easy kill for them once again. But this Fen, already with this, what he has right now is that ultimate core, right? Where going to the mid game, if you have these 4 items specifically, you're going to be such a wrecking crew yourself, as we've already seen. Now he's starting to get into the more luxury items of what is the crit of Rift Shard or Chrysalis. No, I didn't do it. I didn't say it in full. I stopped myself at the last. Anyways, Chrysalis into a Daedalus here. Looks like it's going to be his goal. So that's just that's got to be devastating to look at or know that's coming.
Sammy Boy out with the scan. Nice scan. Gord coming out as well. They have the stun. AA Blast totally misses. But they will get the kill nonetheless. Very nice scan. Whoever I'm presuming Zai, because he's the one.
Yeah.
Zai also has an interesting item build. He went for the blink after the medallion into Solar Crest, and now has a
yeah, Glimmer.
Stop a little bit of that magic damage, kind of away from people if they.
Oh! That was not enough, actually. I was watching middle lane. Sonic Wave used on the Glimmer Cape target of Silencer as he's TPing out, and actually was just not enough damage. So, we're at idea from CCNC right there, but just not enough. But meanwhile, they're going to push the top lane. Now, again, they don't have a Sonic Wave for this, but I don't think that's going to deter them necessarily. Don't really know. She still has that Orchid, still plenty useful. God Strength already committed, though. He still has the BKB. Not using it just yet. Borrow time activated by Monkeys. In comes the Rum. Drinking it on up. Throwing Abaddon in the air with a Torrent, and he just melts away as soon as it comes back down from the Torrent in the air. He buys back. Once again, the Radiance is even further behind now because of that, and the Dire is not going to take any risks. They are going to fall back themselves. At least attempt to. Misery may be a sacrificial lamb here. And yeah, they are going to catch him. And this is going to be a little bit of a bounty, I think. Yeah, 3 kill streak. 492 gold to Silencer for killing that Kunkka already.
They don't want to buy back on the Abaddon, though. He didn't even really contribute that much to that kill as well. Further and further away from his Radiance. Obviously, they held high ground. And the Aegis or anything like that, but Solar Crest on the Sven plus his Cry, he's sitting at, I don't know, 50 armor or something. Evasion. Very, very difficult to.
That's insane, yeah.
And when he pops the BKB, all that magic immunity, absolutely no way to. They have to kite him through the BKB. Hopefully, you have a glyph available when you BKB to just come down your tower. On the glyph right now, it'll be up in half a minute. Osh is up again, and it's.
Well, Team Dire, that is. Definitely going to put that on the list of things to do coming up here, I'm sure. As far as Leviathan is concerned, they would like to do it themselves, but you can't feel comfortable sitting in that pit with what Team Dire has as far as initiating in. In fact, it just got a little bit better even. Beastmaster. So he ends up. So that was the idea, I guess. He's sitting on the casual cloak now because he splits that up into now a Shadow Blade in full. So, and you know, this is something you can appreciate this, that, you know, coming from Han, that we saw quite a bit was just the casual cloaks over there. Where in Dota, I've noticed that's not necessarily a thing. You'll see it usually upgraded to whatever if they are going to pick that up. But Zai maybe going back to the roots in a sense. I'm going to sit on the casual cloak again this game.
Yeah, I think he just wants the Shadow Blade to find easier initiations on PL. A bit easier to open up when you're invis, other than blinking in and then casting animation. When you're invis, they don't see your animation, so there's no error. A lot easier to... Now he's got both. He can initiate with Lothar or Shadow Blade and then blink out if he needs to. Blink further in for blink for Torrent X on the Monkeys Forever. In the meantime, Aurora over to Newsham. It's global, but it's not going to do much.
Yeah, the damage was already done right there, and in fact, CCNC is coming in now with this BKB popped as well, just putting in right clicks on a BSJ, slowly wearing him down. The Ice Blast does connect, and the Sonic Wave to finish the job. Down goes Silencer. Let's call it GG, guys. This game's over. BSJ throws it out, and Team Dire will take game number 1 in pretty dominating fashion. I do think you have to look at the draft, though, and consider it a little bit of an outdraft, if anything. And not to say that Team Dire doesn't look good, but because they definitely do. But yeah, clearly that lack of lockdown really was hurting Leviathan throughout this game here.
Yeah, it's okay